Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6. Today we're just going to try out one of the new maps, and that is the Mediterranean large map. I'm going to crank up the city-states to 22 because this map tends to be a little bit thin in terms of how many people are on it. I'll add 2 extra players and then also slap on the Barbarians Clans mode. And I think for a little bit of fun, do we play with secret societies? You know what? We'll play with secret societies and we will naturally be playing on deities. Oh, we rolled Scotland. Now that's interesting. Let's jump right in. So, Scotland start. I don't know what their start bias is, but this does not look amazing. We do have access to tea, as well as potentially good farm triangles. Our nearby tiles aren't amazing. I think settling in place here is a mistake, and I assume because we're at the right side of the map, we like spawned in like Scythia or something like that, northeast. Oh, we're in like we're like Western Russia, so this would be Crimea. This is Ukraine, Russia, and then like Sweden's like over here to the left is my assumption. Yeah, this land is not going to be good without improvements. We don't have good places for things, for campuses. I'm tempted to move onto the stone, even though that basically just deletes the stone. It will open up opportunity for me to work this 2 food, 1 production, 1 science tile, and then get these 2 food, 2 production tiles pretty quick. So I am going to move down here 1 tile. Also moves me a little bit closer to those mountains and got me some copper. Very nice. So an early builder here actually holds a lot of value. I'm going to go double scout as my opener. This is the greedy deity opener, where you go for 2 scouts. And I think my game will change based on whether or not I find horses. So I'm going to start researching horse tech. I imagine there's going to be at least 1 copy of horses in this area. All the resources on this map are pre-generated. Okay, so I actually have no idea where I am on the map. I thought this was going to be Ukraine, but maybe that's Crimea there? We did find a tribal village. I'm going to just nab it. 40 gold isn't bad, because that enables me now to come in here and choose a better tile. Although the 1 science right now is actually fine, I think, because it gets me that animal husbandry a little bit sooner. So maybe I'll make tile purchasing decisions later. Then again, just like nabbing these tiles, yeah, okay, that was worth it. But working that as a 2nd tile will be good. Another tribal village, very nice. There's a few luxuries out here. And we actually found a relic. Ooh, okay. Finding a relic now pushes me in the direction of maybe going astrology, especially because I'm getting extra science. I could do an interesting religion here. It's very, very flat land, so I'm going to be having to make use of a lot of farms this game and growing as much population as possible in order to work those. And then also using maybe like... I'm going to have to make use of my government plaza to get adjacency here. And it looks like we actually didn't find any horses, which really, really sucks. Now the question is, I think the 2 production is worth more than the gold, but if I can get a mine on there, then it becomes really value. In fact, I might go mining into astrology and then get a quick builder and harvest the copper for a little extra boost to gold. Put a holy site there. I think a +2 holy site here makes sense in a game where you open where your first tribal village gets you a relic. Haven't found any barb camps yet, which is a bit of a mixed blessing, because on one hand, I don't have to deal with barbarians, but on the other hand, I don't get to deal with barbarians. I don't get to buy units and all that sort of jazz off them. Now, we did get the Elves of Minerva, and we discovered Candy. My question is, do I actually pick up Elves of Minerva? Ooh, actually, I think this game, we pick up Amani, because she gives +2 envoys, and then I immediately appoint her into Candy, because that would give me an extra 50% faith from all my relics, and give me a new relic every time I discover a new natural wonder. And I know there's a good few natural wonders on this map. I think there's like the Dead Sea to my south through Georgia. So that's something I need to be kind of keeping whirling around in my noggin. We did find another continent, which is cool. We are on Europe, and this is, I think, Asia? Yeah. I'm kind of more interested to scout to my south, so I think that's going to be the primary direction of scouting. We have a pantheon available. We have a decent number of rivers, so something like River Goddess here holds a lot of potential. I don't have a whole lot of other resources. Aside from, like, camps, there's a couple of camps here, and a little bit of mines, a little bit of farmage. So Goddess of the Hunt could have some value from these 2 honey tiles, but really, I'm feeling like this might be a river goddess game because I'm building a holy site on a river already, and the extra amenities and housing kind of synergize with Scotland's bonuses, giving us extra great people points and great engineer points if we are happy. So river goddess here I think is the move, even though we don't get any benefit out of it now, and it maybe would have been better to pick up a free settler. I'm kind of going for the long play here. I'm probably going to spread my cities out a decent amount this game because my land is so flat. I'll have to fill it with farms in order to get any production. It's going to be a very, very slow game. I know that much so far. Nice to meet you. So the Khmer are somewhere to my north. I'm going to send them a delegation because I want to be friendly with them. And they don't really have anything to trade just yet. I don't need God King, which is nice, so I can go straight for urban planning, and I'm not seeing any barbs, so I can have survey plugged in with relatively low risk this early. Alright, I am now Suzerain of Kandy, which is a nice bit of era score, and that'll actually reveal a lot of info down here, which means this scout could head to the north instead, because I have enough info down here now to navigate it, and I may actually consider buying a unit here, but I will send my warrior down there to start, trying to deal with them. I gotta make this scout go away, so I'm gonna attack him first. And I think I'll bring my other scout over to help. I gotta keep this scout from getting too close to my territory, so I'm kind of positioning my units to block. Once I have astrology, I'm gonna go pottery into irrigation, because getting these plantations improved early will give me a decent amount of gold to make up for the fact that my production is weak. A settler right now would be fantastic, especially if I could sneak it in down here. That tile there I don't love, but I could do something with it. I think settler is the follow-up here. Yeah, I think I'd go maybe mine, farm, plantation. That way I get access to that early luxury resource that I can sell to the AI. So mine gives me another 2 food, 2 production tile that I don't have to buy in order to work. I know I want farms on both of these wheats at the very least. I don't know if I'm gonna go either a farm diamond or a farm triangle, but it's probably gonna look like this, just to get as much housing and growth as possible. And then if we're doing something like that, I may as well put an aqueduct on this blank tile, and then that naturally kind of feeds into an industrial zone, and then a campus here as well. This will give me a bunch of relatively high adjacency districts that all kind of do the things that I want them to. Do I want to give up that +1 science? I think the +1 science here is pretty valuable compared to the production. Production is king, don't get me wrong, but +1 science in the early game can actually make a huge difference. So I'll use this scout to kill here. That gets me a promotion on you. I'll take battle cry on you. That means you can hammer in there. And now this scout should be able to just kind of run around up here to the north and explore the world for me. Foreign trade, beautiful. We have access to traders now. I probably do want to consider that as an option. Let's take ranger. This is very flat over here, so I'm more likely to encounter woods, and I'll attack there. And then I should be able to attack again next turn and clear that. Let's start investing into craftsmanship. And I need to start planning cities over here that are in particular going to be taking advantage of my government plaza for adjacency. So I think the best thing to do would be to build a government plaza on this tile, and then ideally 2 cities within 3 range of this. You know what? No. I think I move this down left 1 tile. Then I can settle here, but that does mean I can't use that crabs for adjacency. Well, what if instead I settled there, because that would allow me to put a campus here. And then if I settled over here, I could put another campus like there. But the honey makes it hard to cooperate, so I'll move that campus to 1 tile to the right. And that way I'm making use of this to get adjacency on a bunch of good stuff. It's not perfect adjacency, but I can actually kind of start looking to surround these guys to get more adjacency on my campuses. And probably commercial hubs will be the first thing that I consider to surround them. Now, I've got a bit of a problem in that Aztec Eagle Warrior, but let's slap down our holy site. I might have to use my scout as bait here for this Eagle Warrior so my warrior can pillage and run. I would really like to hire an Eagle Warrior, so if I could bait him for multiple turns away, that would be perfect. I could also trying to think of how maybe I should have harvested that for the gold after all, but I also want to get the craftsmanship boost once I finish irrigation. All right, successful bait on the Eagle Warrior. Let's get into a hill to bait him onto the hill, and then I may be able to hire an Eagle Warrior to deal with him in a couple of turns. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time sitting on that barb camp. +8 combat or experience from attack of this scout, which is nice. I'm going to try to chase him down. because if I could attack him again, I would get a level up on this guy and be able to explore much easier. Now I want to try to bait him away from my city. So I'm going to run out this way. Boom, second city. It's got good tiles for faith generation, production, and gold. In terms of planning this city out, I think that tile right there will probably be a campus. Reasonable campus locations all around here. So maybe that's the only holy site I can get onto a river in this city, which would give me an advantage. I don't want to spend the gold to buy that tile, so I'm hoping the city will just grow to it. But let's get to work on a trader. We want that extra gold and to start building relationship with Candy and stuff like that. Alright, cool. Hire the Eagle Warrior, and it spawned where I didn't want it to, which is not the end of the world. I would have liked it over in my capital, but obviously this is naturally just a bit closer. We are likely heading into a Dark Age, which is nice in some ways because we don't have neighbors to drag us down a bit. We can get this kill here, boom, a leveled up guy, and bronze working completed. We're off to what I would consider a very, very bad start. The only saving grace we have is that we are relatively safe. So let's destroy this outpost now for the era score. And that actually gave us access to the vampires. We can also get a plantation here. My holy site's about to finish, but it looks like the Khmer might be looking to go to war with me. Now I'm hoping that an Eagle Warrior will do the job in terms of defending me. I definitely want to get my campuses up relatively early this game. I think that's going to be an important part of my strategy. Yeah, this looks like Khmer is getting ready for war, so if I could steal that builder, that would be nice. I'm going to see if I can get a slinger out to be able to defend this city a little bit better. I kind of want that Eagle Warrior kill for myself, but I think he's going to get it, which is annoying. So that's basically a builder that he just got for free. Ooh, no. Of course he would step that way. It's like out of range of my actual attack. We have our slinger now. And I want to build my shrine immediately, but there's a barb standing on it. I really hope he doesn't pillage, because that would just be actually really, really painful. Now we did meet Katarja, and I do want to make sure that I'm maintaining good diplomacy with the AI. So I'm going to sell her my tea and get open borders with her. So 6 gold per turn is actually a big boost to my early game economy. That's why I really want this builder, because if I could get a second copy of tea up, I can make a real difference. Alright, perfect. So we stole this builder, yoink. This volcano activated, which is really crappy. Buddhism, which means Khmer got a religion. Okay. They tend to go Buddhism, much to my chagrin. We have the Eagle Warrior inside the city because it gives it a really good garrison defense strength. And we're working on state workforce. Okay, so there's the war I was expecting. Slinger might be able to kill that warrior. Let's work on archery for defense. Should be fairly okay here. I think I have to work on another slinger. Now my Eagle Warrior gives me a bit of an advantage here. Is there another unit I could buy maybe? No. Okay, so Khmer were just always going to declare war on me. What do I get? 60 faith. Not super. I was really hoping for gold because that would allow me to maybe purchase another unit. I think the move is to step out. No, I think I need the city defense from the Eagle Warrior. So I'm going to park the Eagle in the city because that gives me a significant amount more of health to work with. This is defensive terrain, so I would have +3 combat strength, which means I don't think 2 hits from these guys could kill me. Let's see how that goes for me. I think I'm safe here. Yeah, okay. I took 1 hit. And this guy took massive damage attacking my city, which opens up options for me to defend now because I could step across and kill him. If I could kill him, perfect. I can move you into the city. And sure, the city's defense strength is low, but I have Battle Cry on my warrior. And I have a chop available to get that archer out of turn sooner. So things are looking okay. I'm going to go for Exodus the Evangelist here, praying for a religion and to get a golden age with that religion. We're going to trade with Candy. A little bit of gold, a little bit of faith. I need monuments. My culture is super behind. A little bit too far behind, as is my science. So infrastructure is going to be how I maybe claw my way back into this game. I think I can kill you with my warrior. You can kill him. And that gets you a promotion. And then you could do serious damage to him, and then he'll have to retreat. And then I think I might be able to grab him next turn anyway. Which means I don't need to use this chop. But I will anyway, because the archer guarantees me the war win. And then I'll probably, like, run off in the direction of his cities to see if I can maybe force a better piece out of him. Alright, so archer steps out. We kill with you. You shoot him. You fall back. You'll get upgraded next turn. We drop the mine, do damage, archer, just in case we need the damage. Step this way, shoot him, promote with garrison. You're fortified, you're healing. Come here, improve that, perfect. Another copy that when we meet another player, we'll be able to sell to them. And it looks like there may be another player over here. All right, so Khmer are on the route. So I need to consider possibly looking for experience here and damaging their armies more. So we get the free attack and then kill. Boom. Capture a builder. Oh my god, I can capture builders with Aztec warriors? Oh, that is so insane. I had no... Okay, this start isn't so bad. This isn't as bad as I thought. Now the question is, do I go vampires here and try to extract value from attacking Khmer? I have an army that I can threaten a city with. And vampires are really interesting if you're going for some sort of tall game. And once I hit the medieval era, they'd be really helpful to boost my cities. The only problem is I'd have to like earmark a spot for a vampire castle like over here and then surround it with mines. Because otherwise my land just isn't very good for vampire castles. So I would have to like make sure around the medieval era I was getting a city down here somewhere to set up for, like, I would probably even almost exclusively use this area as a setup area for vampire castles, like something I'm genuinely considering. Otherwise, Elves of Minerva is fine. The economic policy slow, extra envoys from trade routes. It is a city-state heavy game, so Elves of Minerva could serve me very well here. I have to make my choice now. Do I use the vampire? He'll be an Aztec warrior strength vampire that I can use to attack. I think I go Sanguine Pact here. Even though it's not a militaristic game, the vampire just really helps me. It's turn 50 and I have 2 cities. It's not going well. Right, we have bronze working now, and I don't think we hit any iron. And we can actually quite easily get +1 combat strength on this vampire and start maybe moving in towards the Khmer. Sell off our second copy of tea to the Byzantines. At the very least, I get to found my religion this turn. I always like picking the turtle, and this will be happiness. Yeah, this will just be happiness. Or, well, is the happiness appropriate for Scottish people? I don't know, actually. I don't think so. Maybe it's an ironic religion, right? Happiness, peace, and love. That's what we'll call it. So I think our main goal with this religion is to get as many amenities as possible. So things like Zen meditation and stupas are going to feature heavily because Scotland scales really well off of amenities. So we'll take both of those beliefs. The Khmer chariot has retreated, which is an okay sign because this sort of settling plan is still viable for us and we might be able to continue to push him back and potentially even steal that settler. At the very least, I'd like to maybe try to get a couple of kills on the Khmer units. We have a monument in Dumfries. I'm going to buy that tile because I want it. Man, I'd love to get a holy site early here, but I also need to start thinking about where my campus is going to go in here. The best I can do it is a +2, but I'd like to maybe harvest those tiles. So I might go builder and then appoint Magnus in one of those cities. All right, Eagle Warrior's in position. Archer is behind. This warrior swinging around. Vampire's coming as well. We've got this archer in position as well. Okay, this is actually really bad, this archer position. He could potentially die here, which would be bad, but he will get experience, so I might be able to step him away and heal. It's gonna all come down to just what kind of maneuvering I can do. The big thing I need here are settlers. I don't need to follow up this war because I think I can piece him out basically whenever. No, he's actually not willing to peace, which means I kind of have to go more into war now. Okay, survive, live. All right, brilliant. You live another turn. I step back. I promote you with volley. Vampire goes here. I shoot the slinger. I kill the slinger. Warrior flanks. Did that not kill? Oh, there's the kill. We capture another builder, which is fantastic. And I get a governor title. I appoint Magnus. I throw him into Dumfries. And then I'll be able to use this builder to chop some stuff when the time comes. I'm tempted to chop now, though. But I do want tea and dyes to sell. Tea for my own amenities and dyes to sell. Can we do perhaps mutual open borders? The more players I meet, the better off I am generally. Okay, we took some damage. He is starting to think about peace. That's really good. That means we're doing damage to him. Now, we don't want to push our luck. We want to make sure that we come out of this war with profit and very, very few losses. So this vampire now is moderately strong. I've had stronger vampires. We can potentially look for some pillages here, which is good. At the very least, get this Mercury and delay this settler. I don't like that he's forward settling me. He's actually retreating with the settler and the chariot, which is going to make taking this city quite a bit easier, because now the city is surrounded and any damage we do to it is permanent, which means potentially rushing down this city and raising it could be a good way to get value and experience on our troops. Right, boom, we improve the dies. We talk to Guitarja. You want to buy that. 1 gold per turn. Not good enough. 10 gold per turn for my dies. All right, cool. So my economy is absolutely stonking along to the point where I could consider purchasing a builder in the very near future. Right, so that settler is long and truly gone. It's fine by me. I do want to get that mine pillage. See if we can farm a bit of XP here. Vampires don't get experience. You can get experience though, and I would like you to. We'll pillage for help. Okay. We're in a really, really good position to damage the Khmer long term. The AI tends to have a hard time recovering from even just a single city falling. This will really piss him off, but I think it's worth it. Like we shoot, there's another promotion. We attack with you, you'll clean the city, you'll get a promotion. We can start working on that warrior with my eagle. And then I think we just raise it, we destroy it, right? We got the value, we pillaged, we have 400 gold. We can even buy a settler now. And I have another archer on the way to reinforce the front line. So yeah, things are now starting to look a little bit more reasonable for me. I have my religion. I have all the good memes. I'm stealing builders using my eagle warrior. I'm getting good scouting. My relationship with most of my neighbors is good. Speaking of relationship with most of my neighbors, probably about time to get a friendship with Gatarja. Okay, great. You will promote with Commando. That'll give you mobility. You come this way to scout for potential attackers. There are none, so you come clean him. Oh, I should have moved my vampire forward a tile in order to get +1 combat strength on him. That's not too bad. It's okay. With just 1 combat strength, it does suck, but there's no point crying over spilt milk. Or in this case, spilt vampire combat strength. Let's go ahead and straight up just purchase that settler. If I could get these 2 cities set up, these would be a great buffer against the Khmer. Vampire took some damage, which is okay. He's the one unit I don't mind taking damage on because he can't actually die. But I do need to move him. So how much are they willing to give me for peace now? They're basically willing to give me their entire economy, which is fantastic. And I'm printing builders using that Eagle Warrior I stole. Or, well, I didn't steal the Eagle Warrior. I bought it. It's mine. He's still begging for peace. It's okay. We're gonna try and milk him for all he's worth in terms of peace deal. Move the vampire across the river so that he gets the +1 combat strength from being adjacent to that. Warrior fortifies. Actually, warrior retreats and fortifies. You get onto that mine. I would actually like to pillage this with the vampire because it's worth a lot of health to vampires. So if I can continue to do damage to his economy while taking no losses, I will. The second I take any sort of damage in return in this war though, I'm gonna like straight up just dip. So I'm expecting a unit to appear here. Oh, no unit. Alright, well, I have political philosophy now. Man, I could actually could I push the kill Khmer here? If I go oligarchy? It's an interesting idea. +4 combat strength helps. Should I have just gone straight war? I have the vampire. Speaking of, let's pillage for health there. Let's grab combat strength against districts. Slowly chip away at this city. I doubt I'm going to be able to get much more out of this war. Like, I've pillaged a couple tiles. I've done a bit of damage to him. So how am I setting this city up? Aberdeen. Well, that and that is going there. It's a coastal city, so a harbour can make sense, but I have it's a lot of housing is the thing. I do think a holy site makes sense here. And if I'm going for a harbour, then a holy site and harbour together makes sense. But if I'm not going for a harbour because I'm going for a commercial hub, maybe it would be better if I did something like this. I pop down the aqueduct, I pop down the industrial zone, and I pop down the holy site and pick up just a little bit of okay adjacency. Now the other thing I could do is maybe settle another city on here and have these 2 cities cooperate. Like if I settled right here, I could do aqueduct and then have industrial zones in between them as a way for these cities to cooperate, which kind of has its own little bit of charm there. I know a lot of people don't think industrial zones are good, but I think I'm okay with industrial zones not being like super good because they're fun to use. Like I'm more than happy to kind of make that sacrifice. I think the big thing here is going to be farms to help this city just grow, because growth is my production in Aberdeen. If I'm not growing, I'm not producing, which means granary actually is going to make a huge difference to my long-term potential. So I'm ready to chop in here. I'm going to cancel this and I'm going to get ready to place that holy site. But before that, my production queue is empty. The holy site will take 21 turns, but if I harvest here, boom, I can now build the holy site in 10 turns. And then with these 2 build charges, I'll be able to double harvest here. And then this city will be situated to place its campus once it hits 4 population. So that kind of works really nice for me. He's still begging for peace, which is a good sign. It means his economy's in shambles. It means he doesn't have an army to fight me. I would like to pillage that theater square. There's a lot of culture on that tile. Let's get these. I like how flat this land is. It's making this aggression very easy for me to do. All right, first farms up in Aberdeen. That makes a big difference in how quickly this city is going to grow. I've also met the Cree, which is cool. Now the Cree are going insane. Like compared to me, this is going to be a hard game. I've been given the very, very short end of the stick here with a really, really poor start compared to a lot of the players. All right, let's continue to pound this city. Pillage for you. Pillage. Perfect. Culture. I may actually be forced to conquer this city in order to get back into this game. Is that what's going to happen here? Am I forced into war here to try to recover? Oh, that does not feel good. But I mean, I might be able to hold this city with loyalty. I have governors. I could pop a Mani out of Candy, because I think that extra faith is like not super important to me right now. I'd like more roads, so I'm going to send this to Sterling. Harvest, boom, holy site finished. Spend a few turns on a granary, and then when the granary is finished, I'll chop the deer to get a head start on the campus. Looks like old Cree is at war with someone. Looks like Georgia is being very aggressive here, even stealing settlers. Now, Cree has crossbows. I'm actually quite lucky that the person I spawned near was one of the weaker players in the game. But let's pillage for faith here. Attack the city 3 times. Is it worth it to attack it again? Or do I go for the level up? Arrow Storm will make a big difference in my ability to kill. You would almost level off of taking this city. I think I'll wait the turn. I want to try to get as deep into war without sacrificing units as I can. Alright, let's trade with Candy. My gold income is insane. I may be able to buy another settler, which is probably fairly optimal. Really good tile improvements. Good, good, good. We have 3 decent tiles here. My gold income is crazy. It's really holding up my game here. Alright, so a couple of catapults appeared here. That makes my life harder. Ooh, he's getting killed by barbs. So it's actually really good for me. Now, I could work on these guys. I think you attack the city, because you have the city attack promotion. You take the city, because that gives you a bunch of experience. 3 turns. It's gotta be hard to hold. Do I just raise it again? Push him further back again? Yeah, let's just raise. We're on a raising spree. I can't keep these cities, and it would completely change my game into like some crazy early game domination thing, which I'm not totally up for if I were to try to hold on to them. And I get bogged down in a forever war that I just want nothing to do with. Georgia would like to buy my tea. I'll give you mutual open borders. All right, nice. We have another promotion on our eagle. We'll take tortoise. Want to soften up these boys. You can cross the river. Now our unit tech is falling drastically behind, and so now it's campus time. It's probably campus time a long time ago. Like the Cree are up to 100 per turn. It's like this is going to be the hardest game I ever played. Like it's going to be real hard. But the one saving grace I have is I have essentially crippled my closest neighbor. Ooh, another mine to pillage. It's like so much value for me to extract here. Oh, please don't get caught in the end of turn bug. All right, well, that's the end of turn bug. I love you all, guys, so very, very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.